So in the previous video, we went through what hash is, and we went through what nonce is. What does the nonce do? The nonce effectively allows you to tweak the data to get a certain output, to get a certain, get a hash that looks a certain way. And this nonce, you could say, is actually proof that you did work. Listen carefully. The nonce, this number you have, when you put it into the hash algorithm, it gives you a certain outlook. This is your way to prove that the one who found this nonce did work, because there's no way to get that nonce without doing work. That's why Bitcoin is called a proof of work system. So the proof that I've mined gold is the fact that I have gold in my hand. I got it somehow. I went to a mountain, I had nothing. Now I came out, I got gold. That's his proof of work. With Bitcoin, we have to have another way of proving that I've actually done some work, and that is through the nonce. Then we go to the blockchain. Okay, here's where it's now coming. Now this is when you start paying attention. Here's where it becomes nice and juicy. So here we have a list of 5 blocks. Yeah. First block, there's no data in there. It's just empty, just a nonce. Second block, no data. Third block, no data, and so forth. I'm going to now put inside this block. This is the first block. Okay, now as you can see in the first block, it's gone red. And what you also notice is that all the other blocks went red. And you'll see why in a minute. So already there is a hash which begins with 71FAE. We want one that begins with 4 zeros. So clearly this nonce is the wrong number for this data. I need a different number that when I put this number with the block number and the data, I get the hash that has 4 zeros. And remember, every single time you hash data all together, you have to go through the whole process of putting this data in and getting different outputs, and that's what get hashed. So we're going to mine it. Press mine. It took about 1 point something seconds. Okay. 79,262. That is the nonce for this block here, which says this is the first block, full stop. Okay. And that gave me the 0000900 and whatnot. That's the gave me the hash I want. But again, now in block 2, now we finished the first block. The miner got his reward, and that's great. Now in the second block. So I'm going to put inside the second block. This is the first block. Yeah. And I'm going to cheat here. I'm going to try and cheat the system. I'm going to try and get a nonce immediately. Rather than guessing thousands of numbers, I'm going to try and do it immediately. So I've got the same data here. This is the first block, full stop. I wrote the same data here. This is the first block, full stop. I'm going to put in here 79262. As you can see here, the hash is 6307. I've put in the same nonce, the same data, but I've got a different hash. Why is that? Because the block number is different. And not only that, if you notice here, the hash of the previous block is now in the block. So this is how you daisy chain the blockchain. So you have blocks and making a chain of these blocks by embedding the data from the previous block into the new block. So you can see the hash on the previous one, it has 000900. Now in this block, it has, in the previous section, it has 000900. It's the same hash. In the previous block though, in the previous section had 00000, it had nothing. It had 0 in there because it was the first block. It's called the Genesis block. But now the next block is now continuing or containing information from the previous block. So I can't hack the system to try and get blocks without much effort. I can't scam the system. I actually have to just do work again. So I have to press mine. And now 352,352. And you've noticed here, this is actually quicker. It took actually quicker this time to mine, probably less than a second, because it only tried 34,000 numbers. Previously, it tried 79,000 numbers to get to the right block. You had to try all of them. Okay, so again, now we've gone to the third block. I can try again. This is the first block. And I can try the previous nonce again. I'm sure you can guess what's going to happen. 3, 4, 3, 5, 2. It's not going to work, obviously, because now the previous hash is now the one that was before. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, A3. And that's now the previous one. And the block number is different. So it's different data. Yeah, although the data in the data section is the same, although the nonce in the nonce section is the same, that's not the entire data that's being hashed. What's being hashed is everything. The block number, the nonce, and the data, and the previous block, all put together, that's being hashed to get the final hash. You have to mine this one as well. And that was 51, 2000. And again, this is the next block. I have to hash that one again. Oh wow, this one took a longer. This one took about at least 2 seconds. So as you can see, there's no way to judge. Some of the blocks actually mine quickly. Like the second one mined a lot quicker than the other one. Some of them take long to mine. This one is 108,000 as a nonce. And the last one we have here, I say, I could say something like, La ilaha illallah hash. That was quick. That was the quickest one. Maybe it's Baraka. the quickest one, 20,000. That's the nonce. So as you can see here, now I've daisy chained all the blocks together, and now all of them are green. And if I was to change the first one, everything's now gone because the first one changed its hash. That new hash went into the next block, which made that whole nonce wrong because that's part of the next one, and it cascades downwards. So I have to have the same hash there too, and that will make everything correct. So this is now drawing a picture as how you now daisy chain, how you put together the idea of hashing with a nonce, which is your proof of work. Now daisy chaining those together, including the previous hash. And in our next video, we'll talk about the distribution. How do you now use this in a distributed network of Bitcoin?